They said the weight of the air was impossible to catch. Yet on a cold morning in 1648, a thin glass tube held a secret that could shatter a century of certainty. Picture France in the 1600s, candlelit rooms, ink-stained fingers, and arguments sounded like theology because they kind of were. Nature, people said, hated empty space. A vacuum was a contradiction. The world would never allow it. But Blaise Pascal had seen something strange. In his mind, it started with a simple, unsettling object, a tube of glass filled with mercury, flipped upside down into a bowl. The mercury didn't fall all the way. It stopped, and above it, an eerie blank space appeared. Nothing. No smoke, no mist, no air. A silence. Inside glass. Everyone had a story for why the mercury hung there. Invisible pulls. Secret forces. The horror of emptiness. Pascal had a different idea. What if it's not the glass that's holding the mercury up, but the sky? If air has weight, real weight, then it presses down on the bowl, pushing mercury up the tube. And if that's true, then the height of that mercury column is a measurement of the atmosphere itself. A terrifying thought follows. If you climb a mountain, there's less air above you, less weight, less pressure. So Pascal's team prepares a test that feels almost like a ritual. They carry the mercury barometer toward Puy de Dôme, a dark, steep rise in central France. The road is damp, the wind sharp enough to sting the eyes. Every step higher feels like walking away from the rules people trusted. At the base, they measure the mercury. They record it carefully, because if they're wrong, they'll be laughed out of every learned circle in Europe. Then they climb. The air thins. Breath grows louder in the chest. The glass tube becomes precious, fragile, almost alive in their hands. And now the question tightens like a rope. Will the mercury stay the same? Proving the old world right? Or will it fall? Proving the air is an invisible ocean with a surface you can rise above. Near the summit, they stop. They steady the instrument. They look. The mercury is lower. Not by imagination. Not by hope. Lower, measurably lower. In that moment, the mountain answers the argument. Pressure changes with altitude. The atmosphere has weight, and the vacuum isn't a philosophical sin. It's a physical reality. It's hard to explain what that means unless you feel it. The sky isn't just up there. It's a force resting on your shoulders every second of your life. Quiet, constant, enormous. And in 1648, on a windy French peak, humanity learned how to measure the invisible. If this story gave you that chill of discovery, like the world quietly changing shape, help the channel grow. Like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment with what you think is the most invisible force controlling our lives.